Are you new to yoga? Are you someone who wants to be more mindful and intentional in your practice, taking yoga beyond just the physical poses? Or are you a senior looking for more balance and stability, someone over 50 years old like I am? Welcome to this mindful yoga practice. I'm Dr. Beth, and I have designed this all standing yoga practice to be accessible, to provide stretch, to help stabilize, to help work on posture, all while needing no props other than simply your yoga mat. Now, if you're worried about balance or just want a little more security in your practice, you can have a chair in front of you or a counter or a couch, and I'll mention some poses where that might be helpful to you. If you don't feel like standing today, try my companion practice, the Introduction to Mindful Yoga All Floor Poses. I'll link to that below, or you can add these two practices together for a longer practice. Okay, so we'll begin with mountain pose. Mountain pose is a standing posture of stability, of strength, of length in our body. So place your feet firmly on the mat. You could start with them about hip width apart and then adjust closer or further to a place where you feel most comfortable and stable. Feet are approximately parallel, so toes are pointed forward. Look down at your toes for a moment. See if you can spread out your toes to get more surface area under your feet. Notice the sense of your pressing your big toes toward the mat and your little toes. Feel the weight on your heels. Notice the weight on both the inside and the outside of your feet. And explore feeling balanced on both feet. Balance from left to right. Arms come by your side. Palms can start facing in. And then let's simply move our shoulders around a little bit by moving the palms forward, turning them back. There's a little bit of action in our shoulder blades. And then find stillness for a moment in your mountain pose. From here, we're going to become aware of our breathing, starting to draw in our mindful attention. I like to place my hands over my chest, or one hand over my chest, one over my abdominal area, and start to notice the breath. Notice the movement of the breath in and out of your body. Perhaps you soften your gaze, letting your eyes be soft. Option to close your eyes here. And your attention may wander during this opening activity at any point in the practice. That is okay. Bring it back gently. Bring it back with intention. When you notice the attention wandering, come back to the feeling of the breath. Notice when you inhale, there's a natural soft pause at the top of the inhale. And then as you exhale, there's a natural soft pause at the bottom of the exhale. Your next 2 or 3 breaths, simply notice those gaps that are already there. We're not trying to force them. We notice that we inhale. There's a little bit of a pause. And we exhale. There's a small natural pause. Last round of breath here. Okay, you can bring your hands back down to your side. We're going to start moving the spine around in all 6 directions that it goes to help with our posture and, again, our sense of stability, our stretch, and also side to side, front to back balance. So you can keep your feet where they are. Maybe if you want a little bit more stability, explore taking them a little bit wider. We're going to soften the knees just a bit, hands on the thighs, come forward a little bit. And as you come forward, start to round your back. So your chin tucks, your belly draws in somewhat. And then we'll go the other direction, letting the hands slide up your body as you move the chest forward, draw the shoulder back, find a natural curve in your back, kind of like a ramp sort of curve. This is our back bend. This is a standing cat-cow. So when we come forward and round up, you can think of that as a cat shape. And then when we move our tail back, our head back, our shoulders back, and bring our chest forward, this is our cow pose shape. Let's see if we can find the breath, moving with breath. So breathe in next time you start to pull your chest forward. Feel the breath rise in your torso. And then as you exhale, release the breath from the center of your body as you round. Two more like this, sensing your spine starting to warm up. As we come forward, that's our forward fold. As we inhale and bring our chest forward, that's our back bend. Last exhale here. Then help yourself back up to standing. You can keep your feet wider or move them a little closer together again. The point is wherever you feel stable in both feet. We went front to back. Now we're going to take a lateral stretch, side to side. Let's again take a breath in. Feel the breath as you float your arms up and overhead. Feel yourself getting long at the top of the breath. And then as you exhale, let your right arm float down. Start to bend your body in that direction while keeping your left foot firmly planted to the ground. Next, inhale, float your arm back up, and we'll go the other way. Left arm floats down, right arm reaches up first, and then into the side bend. Coming back through center. Go back to the first side. Notice that as you lean to one side, we're stretching the other side, moving our spine in the directions that it can go. Breathe up through center. Get into a little flow with this. Let's do one more time each side. Breathing through center, exhaling to your right, and then breathing back up center, exhaling to your left. Last breath in center, and consciously on the exhale, allow your arms to float back down to your sides. Right, one more movement of the spine. We went forward and back, we went side to side. Now we're going to twist the spine, and we're going to twist the spine in two different ways. So we're going to start similarly to what we did before. Soften the knees. Let yourself lean a little forward so your hands can rest on your thighs. Your knees can bend as much as you would like them. And again, you can widen your feet if that helps you feel more stable. We're going to keep the left hand on the top of the left thigh. Take the right hand to the right hip. Think about moving the right shoulder blade back as you revolve from your belly button up and start to twist toward your right. Now you can keep your head even with your chest at first. And then when you think that you've reached whatever it is, your stopping point for your twist, maybe you turn your head to look back over that shoulder. Continue to breathe as you hold the pose. And then exhale, come back around. Stand up. We're going to do another twist on that same side. You may be feeling sensation in your legs. We're doing some strength building in the legs as we're moving the spine. So this time your right foot is going to step a little back. Your left foot is going to step a little forward. We're setting up the twist in a little bit of a different way. Let's reach the left arm forward, and you can start to open the right arm back as you twist around your body in the same way, belly button up. This time you're going to let your hips twist with you if you'd like. And then as your arm continues to open, you have the option to look back over the back arm, over the back shoulder. Hold here in your twist for a breath or two. Thinking about staying tall with every inhale. And on your next exhale, spin back around to front. Lower your arms, bring your feet together. We'll do those same 2 twists on the second side. So remember, we start with the feet whatever distance you like apart. Let the knees soften so we can just lean forward a bit, resting our hands on our thighs for more support. And this is another place where you could rest your hands in front of you if you have a chair or a table. Right hand stays on top of right thigh. Left hand comes to left hip. Rather than move the elbow back, think about the shoulder moving back as you revolve around your center, around your rib cage. That's our thoracic spine. Finding the place that your body reaches its end range for today, for right now. And then when you find that, you might wish to turn your neck or turn your head if it feels okay on your neck, looking over your back shoulder. Breathe. One more inhale. As you exhale, revolve back around to front. Stand up and we'll take that second twist on the same side. So right foot comes a little forward, left foot comes a little back. We're simply staggering our feet a little bit to open the space that we twist to toward that side. Both arms come in front. Take a breath in, feel tallness in your spine. And then let your left arm revolve around to the back. Remember, the shoulder blade is helping to lead this movement. And then we twist around our entire rib cage. I'm keeping my head in line with my chest to start. And then if you'd like, you can turn your head. Find a breath or two in the twist, fully inhaling, feeling the length of your spine on the inhale. Exhaling completely, letting yourself be soft and relaxed. One more inhale. And on your exhale, release. Turn back to front. And you can lower your arms. We're going to do a few standing poses with the feet wide apart. So start to widen your feet. Hopefully you're facing the longer edge of your mat like I am. Wide is relative to our own body proportions, our own legs. I'll suggest that when I say wide, you have the feet wider than hip width, but still in a place that feels really stable for you. So let's start with Warrior Two pose. We're going to take the right foot and turn that so it turns all the way out to the short edge of the mat. And you might notice the back foot naturally turning in a little bit. Let it. So let the left foot turn a little toward the right. Weight stays even between both feet. You might find yourself starting to lean toward this foot. See if you can press your weight on the outer edge of your back foot to help keep the weight even, almost as you're pushing your legs away from you. And then keeping your body centered, start to bend the front knee. So you see, as I did that, I didn't really lean or move over the front leg. Bending the front knee, you might have to adjust your feet. And surprisingly, sometimes actually widening the feet feels more stable. So I'm going to widen just a little bit here. This is our basic Warrior Two position where we're pressing into both feet, opening up the hips, opening in the inner thighs. And then lift the arms to shoulder height. Gaze over your right arm. Reach the arms energetically away from each other. Take a moment to feel strong and secure in this pose, pressing into your feet, rising up your chest, the crown of your head. One more breath. Now you can release your arms, straighten the legs on the exhale, and we'll do the other side. So both feet forward to start, and then it'll be your left foot that points out to the short edge of your mat. Right foot turns in a little bit. Your hips will naturally turn as well, so they don't have to stay exactly facing me. Let them turn however is comfortable in your body. Keep your weight even on both legs. Bend the front knee somewhere over the ankle. Again, we're just looking for stability, so it doesn't have to be at 90 degrees, wherever feels strong and stable to you. Adjust the back foot to make sure that you stay with that sense of stability. Lift the back thigh away from the floor. Press the outer edge of the back foot. onto the mat, let your weight feel really even between both feet, and then add the arms, gazing out over your front fingers. The direction of our gaze can help us also to focus our attention, to be mindful in our poses, and our awareness of sensations in our body, the feeling of our feet on the ground, the energy moving from one end of the fingers to the other. All of those things can help us stay mindful in our practice. One more breath in this pose. And then on your exhale, release your arms. Toes come back toward the front. Adjust your feet as needed. One more, maybe two, wide-legged standing poses. So we'll go back to the first side, turning your right toes out to the side. This time, both legs are going to be straight. And turn your back toes in again. Maybe you'll want them a little bit closer than they were the first time. You can adjust. That works for you. Take your left hand on your hip. We're doing this so we can feel, actually, let's take the front hand right in the front hip crease of the thigh. Give a gentle little push with your fingertips and notice how that tilts your pelvis. That's the action. So this is a side, a lateral stretch, but we don't want to just tilt this way without any pelvis movement. We want our whole torso from the tailbone up to the crown of the head to tip. Let it tip. Again, you don't have to bend from the side. And when you're done tipping, when it just feels like, okay, I've reached my tipping limit, take the bottom hand, rest it lightly somewhere on your leg. Take the top arm and reach it so that the hands are sort of reaching apart from each other. So this arm might not be straight to the ceiling. You want the arms to sort of make a T shape. You can take the arm further up. Just make sure it's comfortable. Sometimes we reach the arms in place that just, we might reach it back here or here. That's not really comfortable for the arm. And if you find your triangle pose is pointed toward the ground, use the back shoulder, the top shoulder, plug that in, lift your chest a little bit more toward the front. One more breath. And then push into both feet, but especially think about the back foot and the top hand helping you rise up tall. That's triangle pose. Let's do triangle on the second side. So shifting our feet right around so that the left toes point to the short edge of the mat, right toes come in a little bit. Remember that you're welcome to adjust. Let's use our hands as that help, that guidance. Right hand comes to right hip, left fingertips sort of just push into that natural crease that's already there and remind us to tilt the whole pelvic girdle. And notice how this helps us to move our back, our spine, our hips at the same time. That's so important for our posture, to feel the movement, how all of these sections of the body can work together. You might have more tilt on one side than the other. I think I have a little more natural reach on this side. Let your bottom arm rest wherever it comes to. You could also use a chair or a table here. Top arm reaches either on that straight diagonal or maybe a little overhead, keeping it in a comfortable range. Feel the sense of your breath moving in and out of your body. Remember that openness across the collarbones. Maybe draw your top shoulder blade a little bit more back. Last breath. And then let's push into the feet to rise up tall. Let's keep the feet wide, but take them in just a little bit. So not quite as wide, still maybe about hip width or wider than hip width. We're going to do a forward fold from here, and we'll finish with a little balance and breathing. So from here, we're going to start like we did earlier with the hands on the thighs. Soften the knees, so we're not locking the knees. And then start to hinge. This time you can put your hands in that front hip crease part. Start to hinge forward using your hands as support. Maybe coming down toward the floor about a quarter of the way. Maybe it feels comfortable to come so that your front body is more facing the floor. You're perpendicular to your legs or parallel to the floor. If there's a chair or a table here today, That's a great place to rest your front body on. Or if you feel comfortable hanging from your hips, you might do a little bit more of a ragdoll release here. We'll just take one breath in this forward fold. And then wherever you wound up, use your hands pushing into your legs to help you come up to standing. Bring your feet closer to each other, resuming your mountain pose. Make sure you refine that stable place where you feel, again, balanced from your left side to your right side, balanced on your feet from front to back, because we are going to do some balance work. We want to make sure that we feel balanced in this stable, this unmoving pose, this still pose, before we start to add in balance. So you can always hold on to a chair, a wall when we're doing balance work until you feel more comfortable with your own range of balance. For today, we're going to start to take the weight into the right foot first. So think about the right foot being strongly rooted. You might even take that visual to help you. Start to lift the weight off the heel of the left. So you're kind of on your tippy toe of your left. Already, this asymmetrical pose might start making you feel a little unbalanced. When we're doing balance work, it's okay to put the foot down. It's okay to lose your balance. That's what we're trying to learn. Okay, your right hand can be on the hip, by your side, wherever comfortable. Same with your left hand. We're going to lift the leg out in a few different directions. Let's start by lifting the knee up. You might do a foot hover, or maybe you take the knee up to hip height. Wherever you can get it, we'll try to hold and breathe for a moment. Remember, if you go down sooner, that's okay. And then set it down. You might see me wobbling. Probably will see me wobbling. Let's do the same thing, but externally rotate at the hip a little bit so that the knee comes out on a diagonal this time. This might seem harder or easier. Another option is to use your hand to help, or this hand can come out if it helps you with your balance. Set that down. You can turn your hip and your leg back to front. And then the last direction, this time we'll actually keep the knees close to each other, move the heel toward the bottom. The weight in the right foot is helping to stabilize us the whole time. So we're stretching the front. This area is really important for posture, this hip flexor area. We're strengthening the muscles in the back of the thigh, our hamstrings. And then release. Let's go through that one more time on the same leg, perhaps just slightly more of a fast pace, a breath per each direction. So take a breath in and lift the knee up. Breathe in and out here for a moment. And then set that foot down. Open up a little bit at the hip. Breathe in or exhale and rise up, whichever is easier. You can see me more wobbling in this direction. And then we'll set that down. Last one on this side. Make sure you're still secure in your right foot as you take your left heel to your bottom. In and out breath there. All right, then set that down. Take a moment to compare the right side and your left side. Your right side might really be feeling worked because it had to keep us stable the whole time as we practice balance with the left. Now we're going to switch that up. So let your left foot now be really rooted. Feel the entire circumference of your foot sinking into the ground. Feel as if you had roots from that foot helping you into the earth. Start to get your sense of balance by lifting just the heel of the right foot. Notice any little bit of wobbles. Draw your attention to keeping your left foot really stable. And then we'll lift the knee toward front, any height to start with. Higher is not necessarily harder. It's not necessarily easier. You might have a harder side. Maybe your dominant side, maybe your non-dominant side. One more breath here. I know we're holding a little longer in this first round. Release when you're ready. Small turnout at the hip, and then lift the knee up on a diagonal. Ooh, I'm more wobbly on this side. Sometimes you can wobble and maybe restabilize yourself. Sometimes you'll wind up setting the foot down. Either is fine. And then take the foot down. Our last direction is our toes are facing front, but our heel is going to come toward the bottom. Don't hold your breath as you hold the poses. Let your breath continue to flow even as you're trying to find some stillness in your wobbly body. All right, set that down. My opposite leg is really aching, but we're going to try to let it support us for one more round on this side. So when you're ready, lift the knee up. Right knee comes up. Take a full breath in and out. Set it down. Open a little to the diagonal. Lift up. Try for one full breath in your balance. Set it down. And then last little bit, take the heel to the bottom. Notice your inhale and your exhale. Release, return to mountain pose. We'll take a moment to notice our bodies. Getting curious of what this practice has brought up. Maybe it's a sense of some muscle fatigue. Maybe it's a sense of tingling in certain areas. Perhaps you feel more of a stretch or openness in some places. And we'll finish this practice by coming back to our breathing once again. This time we'll do a small breath exercise where we coordinate the breath with our hand movement, a very simple movement to end the practice. Let's press the palms together to begin. Take your own natural breath in and out here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to push the palms away from us as we inhale. As soon as you're ready to exhale, draw the palms back together as you release the breath. And continue at your own pace. Each inhale, pushing the hands away. The arms don't have to come straight. Whenever you come to the end of your inhale, you switch directions, exhaling, releasing all the air. Breathe in, push the hands away. Remember to notice that pause that we noticed at the beginning. And then when you notice that, you switch the direction of your hand, allow the exhale to naturally flow out. Notice the natural pause. Let's do two more here. Breathe in, reach away. Exhale, hands come together. Breathe in, reach away. And exhale, come together. Keep your hands pressed together for a moment in this natural gesture of gratitude. Offer yourself a little bit of thank you that you came to this practice today, that you watched to the end. Offer yourself gratitude for every way that your body was able to move today. All the shapes that it took. A little gratitude for your mind to paying attention, noticing your breath. One more in and out breath here. And I so appreciate you being with me for this practice. I hope that you'll join me again.